we're going to be reading a poem by very famous Rupi Kaur. Kaur, right? I always say it wrong. And I have a four-letter name too, and people get it wrong. Can anyone, does anyone want to volunteer to read this one? Very short, very sweet. Anybody? You could unmute yourself.
I can read.
Okay, and Marie, yeah, go ahead.
I just did a workshop where I asked people to read and nobody volunteered, so I feel like I have to pay it forward now. Every time you tell your daughter you yell at her out of love, you teach her to confuse anger with kindness, which seems like a good idea, till she grows up to trust men who hurt her because they look so much like you. To fathers with daughters.
Thank you, Anne-Marie. And thank you for volunteering. Believe me, I'm not a great reader, so don't be shy if you guys stutter. Queen of stuttering. But thank you, and that was beautiful. So, and you guys could unmute after like someone reads, you can just unmute and start talking, because I'll be asking questions like, what do you think the displacement was here? Straight off the bat, you know, it says, the word confused there is like, it kind of hints you at what it's displacing, right? Anger and emotion, right? So now your daughter who's growing, you know, the daughter who in this story is growing up now tends to trust men who hurt her because of this. And this one is a little bit more straightforward, this displacement of emotion and of love, I think we can say, right? Because it's like, for her, care, it looks like this. It looks like someone who looks like her father who yells at her, right? Does anyone want to say anything else in terms of displacement, or even anything about the poem? I'm all ears. I'm all open. I'm all ears. Hello.
I love this poem. Hi, I'm Heather. I love this poem. It's poignant. Just it's so straightforward and concise, and really hurts my heart.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and this one popped out at me when I thought of displacement. Actually, the if poem that if we get time to, we'll read. That's the one I started with. It's called Rape Joke by Patricia Lockwood. Thanks to Andrew, who, if you see below somewhere in YouTube, you'll be able to see his, Andrew Liu. He's the one that brought Patricia Lockwood's work to me. And so these two poems kind of popped out at me when I thought of displacement, right? And this one is just like, even where she says, because they look like you so much, right? And it's like even jarring to think anger can look a certain way to someone, right? To be yelled at to look a certain way, because obviously they're not going to look like her father, but they're going to act like her father. So this is a little bit of displacement of emotion.